Hello, my nickname is Full-Tom. I teach science at a Japanese elementary school. In the old days, this was the way of studying for recognizing parts of a microscope. Today, I'd like to introduce a digital tool using PowerPoint. For detailed explanation, I used NoteBookLM to make a video. I was surprised that the explanation was better than I expected. If you like it, please download the file from my link in the description. I have also included links to relative videos in Japanese. Here you go.
Alright, so we all think we know PowerPoint, right? You know, slides, bullet points, maybe a cheesy transition you used back in school. But what if I told you that it has this hidden superpower? A really simple trick that can turn it into an amazing interactive study tool. And the best part? You can build it yourself in just a few minutes. Okay, let's get right into it.
Okay, so picture this. We've all been there, right? You're staring at a page from a textbook, just packed with key terms, definitions, dates, whatever it is you need to learn. And you know you have to memorize this stuff. But just reading it over and over again, it's not the best way to make it stick. You've got to test yourself.
So, what's the solution? Well, we cover up the answers. It's like the oldest trick in the book, right? Using your hand or a bookmark. But here, we're going to do it digitally. We'll just use some simple shapes to hide that key information. And just like that, you've turned a boring static page into your own personal quiz.
And this is where the magic happens. With just a single click on that black box, boom, the answer is revealed. You can check your work, see if you got it right. But here's the really cool part. You click that little blue square and poof, the answer is hidden again. It's ready for you to try later. It's basically a reusable digital flashcard built right onto the page. Now here's what's so brilliant about this. You don't need any special add-ins. There's no coding involved. You don't have to download any new apps. This is all done with a tool you almost definitely already have. So the big question is, how is this even possible? How do we unlock this? All right, let's talk about why this is such a big deal. Because this technique, it's way more than just a clever little PowerPoint trick. It actually represents a huge shift in how we can think about our own study tools.
I mean, for the longest time, digital learning tools have been pretty top-down. You know the drill. The teacher has the special software, the teacher makes the quiz, and then they hand it out to the students. It kind of creates a bottleneck, right? And it makes students just passive consumers of whatever material they're given.
But today, pretty much every student has a device in their pocket or their backpack. So the real opportunity here is to empower students to create their own study aids. And that's exactly what this method does. It puts the power right back in your hands so you can build the exact tool you need whenever you need it.
So, ready to see how it's done? I promise you, it is way easier than you think. It's really just a simple 4-step process. Let's break it down.
Okay, step 1 is easy. You just start with an image of your study material. Could be a screenshot, a photo of a textbook page, whatever. Just drop it onto a blank slide. Now, step 2 is super important. You have to send that image to the back. That's what lets our interactive shapes sit right on top of it. Then for step 3, you add your shapes. You'll have a black one to cover the answer, and then a little blue one that's going to act as our reset button. And finally, you just copy and paste that pair of shapes, the black and the blue, over every single answer you want to cover up. Seriously, that's the whole setup.
And that's basically it for the setup. Go ahead, run the slideshow, and give it a try. See? You've just built the foundation of your own interactive quiz. Super simple, right? But what's the actual secret here? What's making those shapes appear and disappear on command?
Okay, now for the really fun part. Let's pull back the curtain and peek at the animation secret that makes this all tick. It's actually a really simple but clever bit of logic. It's all about how these two little shapes work together.
So here's what's happening. It's like a tiny chain reaction. When you click the big black square, you're actually triggering two things to happen at once. The black square fades out, and at the exact same time, the little blue reset square appears. Then, when you click that blue square, it does the exact opposite. The blue one disappears and the black one reappears. It's this perfect, neat little loop that you can use for endless practice. The secret sauce here, the technical name for it in PowerPoint, is something called an animation trigger. See, instead of an animation just happening in order, you can tell it to start only when you click on a specific object. That's how we get the black square and the blue square to control each other. You don't need to be a PowerPoint guru to use it, but knowing that term, trigger, that's the key to the whole thing. Okay, and one last absolutely critical pro tip. Before you do anything else, you have to go into the Transitions tab in PowerPoint and uncheck the little box that says Advanced Slide on mouse click. This is so important. If you forget this step, any click will just move you to the next slide instead of triggering your shapes. This is what keeps you locked onto your quiz page. So now you know the what and the how. Let's finish up by talking about the why. Why is this simple little hack actually a total game changer for studying today?
There's this fantastic quote from Furutomo, the educator who first shared this technique. He talked about seeing students on the train studying with marker pens and colored plastic sheets to hide answers. And it clicks, right? We've all seen that old school study hack. This PowerPoint method, it's just the modern digital version of that exact same brilliant idea.
But the digital advantages are just massive. First, pretty much everyone has access to PowerPoint, so it works anywhere. But more importantly, it's tailor-made for proven study methods. Every time you try to remember what's under that box, you're using active recall, which is way more powerful than just rereading. And since you can hide the answer again with a click, it's perfect for spaced repetition. You know, coming back to the tough stuff hours or days later to really lock it in.
So we'll leave you with this question to think about. We just took good old PowerPoint and turned it into a dynamic, custom flashcard system. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other classic analog study hacks are just sitting there waiting to be reinvented with the digital tools we use every single day? That's all for this explainer.
Thank you for watching. Bye.